hydrologic cycle by Nelly Garza and Cherise Coleman.
The hydrologic cycle is the most familiar cycle of the Earth system. It is important to understand the hydrologic cycle to grasp the important roles of waters in the Earth system. Water within the atmosphere and bodies of water play a large role in the control of temperatures and climates.
Water within the atmosphere and on the Earth's surface play a large role in affecting the temperature and controlling the climate. It helps to create great diversity of all the landscapes throughout Earth's land. Water is a key component that controls the composition of the atmosphere and influences all living organisms on Earth. The concept to be demonstrated is a hydrologic cycle, in which describes the variations of water between different reservoirs of the hydrosphere. We will see how evaporation, condensation, and precipitation work.
We talked about desalination. This is a process of removing salt from water, and it is one of the most important parts of the water cycle. It uses evaporation and condensation to help purify water, and this concept is something that is not often taught at the elementary school level. However, we felt it was important for students to understand how fresh water is created.
The materials needed in order to conduct the experiment were a big clear bowl, a small glass cup, plastic wrap, marbles, a microwave, drinking water, salt, ice shavings, oven mitts, tongs, special journal, science journal, small disposable cups, and a ladle. We tweaked a little bit of the materials in order to make it more user-friendly for the classroom. After conducting the first experiment, we realized we needed more materials.
We also added a few steps to the procedure to make it more acceptable for elementary school age children. First and foremost, we made sure they created a hypothesis, and we had them write it in their science, or we would have them write it in their science journals. And basically, we would ask them to decide whether they felt the new water would be as salty, less salty, or have no remaining salt after the process. We went through all the steps again and just made sure that you could see every step.
And at the end, we made sure after we did the experiment that they would write down their observations and conduct the different tastes that they saw. And we also made sure
that they knew that taste testing is something that we don't often do in scientific experiments, but when it does happen, you have to take certain precautions and make sure everything's clean and safe.
Our materials are on the left side, and our hot boiling water was on the left side. After conducting the first experiment, we realized that boiling the water wasn't so classroom friendly, so we decided to use the microwave instead.
After we filled the bowl with the boiling salt water, we placed the clear cup in its center, and that's the picture on the right hand side.
We covered the bowl with plastic wrap and used marbles as weights in order to create a concave surface.
We placed ice on the plastic wrap to speed up the process of condensation, and you can see from the two pictures how quickly it worked. If we wouldn't have used ice, it would have taken a lot longer for the whole process to take place.
The condensation and separation of water is shown in these two pictures above.
And these are the differences between the salt water and the fresh water. You can clearly see on the left side that it's cloudy, and that's something that we wanted the students to point out. And on the right hand side, it's completely clear and free of any impurities.
In conclusion, our expectation was accepted. Evaporation and condensation helped to purify water during the water cycle. We felt that the experiment we chose was a good way for students of young ages to investigate desalination for themselves and begin to understand the process.